bad and it's loud. It's got a 4-rotor twin-turbo beast motor built by LB Racing. It's the S15 Sylvia driven by car number 4, TETSUYA HIBINO.
Yeah, and he made it to top 16, so, you know, good job, but, you know, we definitely want to see him coming out with more flair next time because he made podium last event. I know he's hungry for it again, but here we are lined up, ready to go. We have TETSUYA HIBINO in his Liberty Walk S15 4-rotor twin turbo going against Kazuki Hayashi in his 2J powered S15. Insane and mean driver right next to him.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a good battle.
Oh yeah, Hayashi does not back down.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good battle, every battle.
And here they are right here, coming in right here. Hayashi, like I told you, is going to be very aggressive right there against HIBINO. HIBINO riding it all the way out to the end of outer zone 1, and nice flick back and forth. Look at that, Hayashi the whole time right there on his door. Beautiful tandem battle. Look how aggressive he's being right there against HIBINO. Not getting phased by that 4-rotor and that smoke show he's giving them. Good job. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh man,
that's what I'm talking about.
I forgot I was judging right now. I was just enjoying that battle. Oh my God. Both drivers did everything they had to do. I have nothing to say. That was one of the most beautiful battles that I've seen all weekend and maybe this season too, because look at this, lead car doing his own thing, makes the car go all the way to the outside, the chase car matching the line, matching the angle, and every time we see things like this, we always say, but look at good tandem.
Look at his hard aggressive dive. Boom, right there.
But he's a little shallow on the angle. But I would have to say a good tandem only happens with a good lead run. And I think HIBINO did a great job leading Hayashi, and I think Hayashi gave him, or he trusted HIBINO and said, you know what, I'm going to go all the way in, and he did, you know, so.
The sound of the car is intimidating. The driver is intimidating because he's very, very experienced. But Hayashi took that in stride, and he trusted that driver, and he was like, you know what? I'm not fazed by any of that.
Yeah, and special guest right here.
And here we are.
Oh, hold on.
The overview.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. Just want to make sure that Hayashi, ooh, super close. There you go. That was very, very close. But I got special guest Gary right here. How was that run?
Very good. A great run. I was very excited.
I hear the passion in his voice.
He sounds really excited, exactly. But man, that was beautiful. I'm ready to watch that all day long. I mean, that doesn't get boring at all.
It doesn't at all. So let's see here. Look at that. Team's waiting on, but here we go. Hayashi's going to be in the lead. HIBINO's going to be in the chase. Let's see how HIBINO's going to adjust himself and to see if he can keep that close proximity that Hayashi had. The biggest thing coming out of outer zone 3, how he dove in. We've seen it all day with people, but then when they let go a little bit of throttle, they gap him a little bit. Exactly. He didn't get any of that. He just kind of kept on throttling. There they are coming in right now. HIBINO closing that proximity, coming in outer zone. Hayashi trying to carry it all the way out. A little shallow in outer zone 1 for the lead right there. But there he is through the touch and go, coming into outer zone 1. And HIBINO, oh, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Hayashi washes out into outer zone 3 and almost hits the wall. Oh. Had us on edge right there. Let's see this replay here. Here's a replay coming into outer zone 1. You can see how Hayashi wasn't all the way quite out of outer zone 1 and didn't carry it all the way through. Touch and go right there, coming around and then just coming in way too high. I forgot the word for it. What is it whenever you rotate like that? Swap spots? Y'all can help me out there. But yeah, that was insane. Was not expecting that. I know you guys are all astonished like I am myself. So let's see this overview on what happened leaving outer zone 2 for Hayashi. And it looks like he just carried too much momentum through this touch and go. Here he is transitioning through the touch and go, not carrying it all the way through that touch and go, which caused him to carry it a little bit further than he wanted in that outer zone 2. But I mean, the commitment Hayashi did to, you know what, just throttle through and just fight to get back in it is insane, because that wall crept up very fast. So we'll see here. Insane, but here you go. Here's Hibino's run with Hayashi in the chase, and Hayashi did a phenomenal job on the chase. But look at that, Hibino riding all the way. Dipped maybe a tire or so, but not bad. But look at that, carrying it further through that touch and go. Out there, coming in, Hayashi taking a little bit of its tighter line into outer zone 3 and swinging back to the inside clip and not opening the proximity at all there. So yeah, was not expecting that. And here you go, one more time replay with Hayashi in his lead. And I agree with y'all out there, I thought he was gonna hit the wall too. But he knows his car, he had commitment to his car, and when he gave it throttle, it pulled him back into the track. So good thing that happened, because that would have been a very bad crash. And there you go right there, insane. So yeah, they're kind of deliberating some things. So I know Robbie's gonna give better explanation. I'm just talking about the run, on how everything happened, what I see, what y'all see. I'm reading what you guys are talking about. It's insane. I would love to see a one more time battle between these two, because that driving was phenomenal by both drivers. So we'll see right there. But this right now, so we got the left side of the bracket knocked out. We're on the right side. We're on our second battle for the right side. Right now on the left side, we have Koichi Yamashita. He's going to be going against Junya Ishikawa in the grade 8. And then we have Shinji Minoa, and I made a mistake. We haven't finished the left side. We have Shinji Minoa, but we still have our one more time battle going against Yukio Fausto and Kazuya Matsukawa. So that'll be probably next. But till then, let's see what Robbie's take is on that insane transitional, a lot going on battle.
Yeah, so we're going to have to go with our gut feeling on this, because there are things I'm going to explain to you after we make the call here.
And here we go. Ryan Lontaine's going to go with Hibino, Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Hibino, and Robbie Nishida is going to go with Tetsuya Hibino. Will get the win and move on to the grade 8.
Yeah, so I think that if Hayashi would have cleared that, or if it looked like he would have been able to clear that, then I would understand. But I don't think he would have been able to clear that, especially the way the car was actually going towards the wall at first. And I've seen a few runs like that, but at the same time, there was no way that, or it didn't seem like he was going to be able to make that turn without making that huge correction. And I think that might have been Hibino's decision, or maybe a good decision, not to try to follow him into a wall or going out to the gravel. So
hands down though, that was a scary situation right there, especially. Lining up right here, coming up is going to be Yoshichika Tamagawa in his JZA80 Supra going up against the loud four-rotor twin-turbo engine himself, Tetsuya Hibino, in the Liberty Walk Racing S15. Yeah, so if you're looking, check out this S15 right here. Beautiful kit, beautiful everything, phenomenal, sounds amazing, but you should have seen it last round. I think it was missing almost every panel off the car, the amount of damage it sustained. So beautiful job by the Team Liberty Walk over here, putting it back together, making it look like a brand new car. And then once again, they're all about show. They're all about go. Look at this four-rotor twin turbo. Here they are.
He's burning a lot of rubber on the straightaway.
Tamagawa right here, but look at that. Hibino's closing it in right here in outer zone 1. Tamagawa a little deep, dipped the tire or so, but Hibino's definitely got to pick it up right here, coming through the transition point into outer zone 3. There he is right there, closing it in right now on Tamagawa, and Tamagawa just giving a smoke show, making Hibino fight for that tandem position.
Yeah, Tamagawa did go in a little bit too deep on the outside zone 1, but other than that, looks like a fairly good lead run. Now, it looks like Hibino lost a little bit of traction on the straightaway and was gapped by Tamagawa slightly. He had to run a slightly smaller line through here, outside zone 1. But right there too, outside zone 3, in order for him to keep the proximity there, he had to run a smaller line going to outside zone 3. But even after that, he wasn't able to get on Tamagawa's door or quarter panel. or anywhere near there. So now we're going to have to see how Hibino is going to be leading Tamagawa. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, Tamagawa's been doing a phenomenal job all weekend, been very consistent on his runs, but like you said, Hibino, he performs very well in that lead position, and he does throw a lot of angle, so we'll see how he's going to do carrying it through outer zone 1 in this transition point through the touch and go in outer zone 2. So there you go, you can see smoke clouds clearing so these drivers can be ready to go. Here they come. Beautiful clear skies.
Just the sun is really beating down on us right now.
It is, but what's one thing that the driver was telling me yesterday, I think it was actually Yukio Fausto that came and told me, he's like, the sun destroyed it for him because he was coming in for his qualifying run yesterday. He said he just got blinded between smoke and sun, and it was just insane. So
yeah, and that's the term they use is muscle memory. They're going to have to drive through the track, and some of the areas are going to be very hard to see because of the smoke and the sun, and they're just going to have to go off of what they did before for practice. You know, it's really hard.
You know better than I do, so I'll go with what you say. But here we go right here. Hibino is going to be on the lead while we have Tamagawa on the chase. Like I said, Hibino loves being in the lead position right here. He likes to flick some angle, throw some smoke, and make that driver fight for that quarter panel. And here they come from outer zone 1 in this transition point, carrying it all the way through that touch and go. Tamagawa right there, closing that proximity right here. Getting a little bit shallower line on him, but look at that, right up against his door. Tamagawa doing a beautiful job. Oh, what's going to happen right here? Look at that, carrying it all the way through. And I even got lost right there in the smoke. I thought Hibino was kicking way too much angle, but man.
Hey, that didn't even look like smoke. It looked like an object coming out of the tire because it was so thick. Look at this. Cool flick, so much angle, but he doesn't, he's not able to take it all the way out to the outside zone. Well, he feels it okay, doesn't go as far. And man, look at that. He kicks it, so much style, so much aggression and angle. Tamagawa all up in his door, but look at this.
That hard flick, I thought he lost it, and I was like, oh wait, what am I thinking here? He likes to throw that hard angle, but man, Tamagawa was right there the whole entire time. So there you go. I can barely see the screen right now. Here we go, let's see the drone footage. Here they are coming up, look at that hard flick coming into outer zone 1, approaching it. Smoke trail all the way through. But there you go right there. Tamagawa starts diving in on him.
Ooh, that was super close on outside zone 3 too.
And that's what we want to see right there. Beautiful job by both drivers. So we'll see here. That's the rough decision being in these tandem battles, is it's no longer about angle and all that other. It's all about, you know, lead to lead, chase to chase, run and see how they do. It's not just giving them the point score like it is for qualifying.
Yeah, so if I have to give the best style score, it would probably be that run right now by Hibino, because that was an amazing lead run. I mean, it was the flick, the angle he carried, and the preciseness of being on the line.
Here we go.
That was amazing.
Oh, Ryan Lantain with a one more time. Yoshimura with a one more time. And I agree with both of them, and all three of them is going to be a one more time battle between the two.
This was way too good to make a call which car which, because I would have to say that Hibino beat Tamagawa on the lead, and Tamagawa beat Hibino on the chase, and pretty much it was almost even on both ends.
So here we are right here. Looks like they're lined up and ready to go. Tamagawa is going to be on the lead. Hibino is going to be on the chase here for the one more time.
Who is going to be filling the last spot for the Final Four? Is it going to be TETSUYA HIBINO or Yoshihiko Tamagawa?
East Coast, a little after 2 a.m. Thank y'all for getting up early or staying up late. But
yeah, or
don't leave your seats, because a lot of action's about to happen right here in this
JZ80. Here we go. Let's go. No! Restart Tamagawa. I think it might be a pylon touchy.
Got us a little excited.
Yeah.
So here we are right now. Tamagawa is going to be in the lead in his JZ80 Super by Hibino in his S15. And why talk? Because Hibino's just going to muffle me out when he comes flying by this touch and go to outer zone 2.
Yeah, I'm just going to zip it.
All right, last, like you said, last slot for Final Four. So far on the left side of the bracket, we have Yamashita going against Minoa. And Kumakubo's filling that last slot so far on the right side of the bracket, waiting for his contender. Who is it going to be here, Tamagawa or Hibino? All right, looks like they're ready to go now. Made it through safely. Tamagawa coming up right here. Hibino trying to close. Definitely has a better proximity coming in, but look at that hard angle. He's kicking at Tamagawa. Tamagawa trying to carry it all the way out. A little bit short on the outer zone. I don't know. Hibino looked like he maybe did too much there in outer zone 1, but here he is. He definitely has to close his proximity because we need to see a close head-to-head tandem battle. And man, he's just roasting tires. And Tamagawa's just doing his thing, finishing this course off.
Yeah, that was a lot more of a gap in between the two cars than the first run before this one more time. I think Hibino kicked it out pretty hard. Look at that gnarly angle, more angle than the lead car, but that kind of washes him out to a point where he is, I think it looks like he might be a tire or two off going through outside zone 1. And after that, he tries to run a shallower line through some of the zones, but he is nowhere near Tamagawa. And now I'm not going to say that Tamagawa is kicking as much angle as Hibino is, but at the same time, he isn't being too shallow as a lead car too. So I would have to say that was a fairly well lead run driven by Tamagawa, but there was a big gap created by Tamagawa, and Hibino kind of fell behind. So now we're going to have to see how it's going to be when Hibino's leading, but you know how much angle Hibino is going to be kicking, and with all that style, I want to see how Tamagawa is going to tackle it now that he knows what's going to happen driving behind Hibino.
Yeah, Hibino definitely was just roasting tires, trying to catch that, close with that proximity on him, but just couldn't. So we'll see here, because like I said before, Hibino likes to throw some insane angle, but Tamagawa is definitely able to control that on his chase position on the previous battle.
So the cars are driving back to the start line. What did you say? How long was Okayama? 2.3?
Yeah, 2.3 miles is how long this track is. We're utilizing about
half.
I wouldn't even say half the track, probably a little less than half of the track. They have
1/3 maybe.
Exactly. They have this shortcut right here. The inner portion right there is where they store their emergency vehicles and stuff, and they created that wall. So that wall barrier is not always there.
Yeah, it's usually closed where the cars would drive past that outside zone 3 to the right and keep going to the left and go a little deeper on the track. But this is the portion that we are using, and it's always been great.
Definitely go check it out. Tamagawa definitely kind of let Hibino go on that. Let's see if Tamagawa can make up for his mistake there at the start line. But man, Hibino throwing all that smoke, making it hard to see. And here we are right here. Tamagawa is making up right there on that touch and go and just saying, you know what? I need to get right on that guy's door because he is making me lost in all that smoke. And look at that, Tamagawa right there on his door. Amazing job on the finish, but definitely had to sacrifice in that touch and go region.
Wow, that was a very risky move by Tamagawa, but at the same time, he couldn't keep up and he couldn't catch up to Hibino all the way until the end of the track. Look at this. He had to, Tamagawa was nowhere near the touch and go. Hibino deep on outside zone 3.
Grazing that wall. Man, Hibino grazing that wall with his left fender. They're picking up the scraps right now. But yeah, like you said, Tamagawa did a really risky move. Not sure what happened. Almost like he got caught sleeping at the line. So we'll see. Not sure if it was a factor of how bright it was out or what, but that was not what he wanted because he definitely got lost there in outer zone 1 and had to sacrifice his touch and go in outer zone 2 to get where he needed to be. So So we'll see here. Right there, that's the look from outer zone 1 coming in. But here we are right here, the replay for Tamagawa in the lead position. Hibino throwing some hard angle right there from the start, keeping that proximity. Lost it right there, coming through the touch and go. So they both had their fair share of gap. Yeah, Hibino unable to close that proximity afterwards. So like you said, Robbie, it's rough when the drivers put it in the hands of the judge.
Man, that's an inactive chase at the beginning.
Man, but he fought through those clouds right there, Tamagawa did.
Yeah, and Tamagawa had to run a very shallow line just to catch up at the end too.
But I mean,
and he missed
he missed 2 zones, yeah, or 2 zones right there, and he missed the touch and go. So definitely was sacrificing a lot to make it a tandem battle. But was it enough to give him the sway for the win to move on to the final 4? We'll have to see here what the judges have to say. There you go, you can see the Liberty Walk team anticipating what the call is going to be. In front of them, we have the Jumbotron on the Tundra. And here we are, Ryan Lontane's going with it one more time. Yoichi Mamura is going to go with Hibino, and Robbie Nishida is going to go with Hibino. So Tetsuya Hibino is going to get the win and move on to the final 4. Maybe they can flinch.
It's got to be one of the sensors.
Yeah.
And like I said, it might be that crank angle sensor. Here we go, 5 seconds, and that's it. Man, that
is a way
sucks.
to fall
really
short
sucks.
right there for Team Orange right there. The Speedster Racing with Team Orange definitely was unable to get the car successfully started, so the competition 5-minute timeout expired. Very unfortunate, like you said, but Kumakubo is an amazing driver, very experienced, has done a phenomenal job all day, yesterday and today, so hands down to him and his team.
Yeah, exactly.
First time
great
coming
driving.
out here.
Yep.
First time coming out this season, first time bringing this car out, so definitely they know they got to get some kinks out of this car and get a better understanding of it.
I think I looked at his Instagram post a couple days ago, and I think that was like the first test day they had too, so I'm pretty sure he only had this car for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, I'm not sure. But
here we are right here. Hibino's going to go ahead and do his buy run. Liberty Walk S15 coming around. Look at this. He's going to show it out for the fans out here, and his team, Liberty Walk, right here sitting in front of us. And here he is coming through the touch and go.
look at that. Look at that awesomeness.
Need I even speak for that?
If he would have pulled off a run like that, I think he would have qualified first. I mean, he was being a lot more conservative yesterday for qualifying.
Here we are, they're both lined up, ready to go. This is going to be an insane battle because you got your number 1 and number 2 points leaders for the season. Hibino is banking on getting this, so he has a better chance and a better fight for that lead position because they got one more battle going, or one more event coming up, which is Fuji. So we'll see here how they're going to go.
Yeah, I think if Yamashita wins here, he might be crowned the champion already.
Don't say that. But yes, you're probably right.
Just saying.
But here they are right here. Yamashita in the lead, Hibino in the chase. Let's see how they're going to do it. Got the fans standing up, ready to see these two battle it out. And look at this, Yamashita coming into outer zone 1. Let's see him fill all of outer zone 1. And there he is right there. Hibino washing out a little bit right there. Let's see if he can gain himself back. Definitely cheated himself on that touch and go. But look at that, Yamashita just laying down a solid lead run for Hibino. And Hibino struggling to keep that close proximity to him.
Yeah, the outside zone 1, it looked like Yamashita came in way too hot, and he did wash out 2 tires, and it was a deep 2 tires. And at the same time, Hibino washes out as well, and I don't even know, I can't even see if that's 2 tires or 3 tires, and Hibino does not make it out to the touch and go at all, and tries to play catch up at outside zone 3. and he is doing everything he can, but Yamashita is just blazing away.
Here it is right here. Hibino's going to be in the lead this time. Yamashita is going to be in the chase. Yamashita just threw down a pretty solid lead run. Let's see if Hibino's going to do the same and see if Yamashita can get that close proximity to him throughout this course. But here they are. Could be the final run of the day, and here they are. Hibino right there kicking that insane angle. He likes Zubu Yamashita right here trying to close that proximity in the outer zone 1. And look at that. Hibino riding that fine line all the way around. Nice touch and go. Yamashita closing it in right here to outer zone 3. Look at that right there. The champ himself pushing the limits of that car, coming into the inside clip and finishing really strong, taking that inside clip pylon out.
Wow.
You can hear the clapping in the background. A beautiful performance by these drivers.
Yeah, I like to see, you know, they want to save the best till the last, and here you go, because that was a very, very impressive lead run by Hibino, and that was some close proximity and a lot of pressure onto Hibino by Yamashita, and that was a lot of smoke that Yamashita drove through, and look at this, does not let Hibino go. And obviously he said he heard everyone and he saw everyone as he was driving. So pretty interesting. And also he said, you know, the LB Racing and the crew, they have a lot of heart into this, and the main goal they have is to make everyone happy, everyone who are watching happy, and also want to keep drifting fun, you know. And he thinks that, you know, keeping drifting as exciting as it is the goal that they have, and they're all one team. So he said he wants to come back and fight harder at Fuji as well. And his team owner, Mr. Kato, said, next time you can get first. Hibino said, 2 seconds not good enough? You know, so he's like, no, let's get first. So he's like, excuse me, Mr. Yamashita, next time we're going to win. So now they're going to have to do a revenge match at Fuji. So it's, I think the whole drifting fun part of it and being dynamic on the track, I think it really shows because the car looks exciting, and also Hibino's driving matches it really, really well. So I'd like to congratulate the team. You know, おめでとうございます。
2位でダメですか。2位でダメですか。いや、結構頑張って2位でした。もう車ボロボロになってすみません。そうですね。まあやっぱりもう2位まで来たんで優勝目指して頑張ります。応援してください。ありがとうございました。やるぞ。
All right, that was a great interview, and we would like to thank everyone and